Alright guys, today we have lesson 6 of the iReady packet. Appreciate everybody coming on and listening to the video today. Alright, so we are down to lesson 6. So this is using strategies to subtract. Alright, lesson 6, page 10. Alright guys, so basically you see there's 3 problems here on our page. We're going to go ahead and do column number 1 first. So let's start out with 4003 minus 3. You start in your units place. 3 minus 3 is 0. There's no other numbers, so all of these numbers will just be brought down. So 4003 minus 3 will give me a difference of 4,000. Alright, let's look at our next one down. 3 minus 3 in our units place is 0. 0 minus 1. Remember, the top number always needs to be larger than the bottom number in order to subtract, and if it's not, you need to take one from the next place over, which is our hundreds. There's nothing there, so we need to go all the way to our thousands place. This changes to a 3, and this changes to a 10. So our hundreds place is good to go, but then our tens place, we still need a number over there. So take 1 from our hundreds and bring it over here, which changes this 0 to a 10. 10 minus 1 would give me a difference of 9 in my tens. 9 minus nothing is 9, and 3 minus nothing is 3. So 4003 minus 13 would be 3,990. So you see there's a 1 in the tens place, and there's nothing here. So now you can see that 3,990 is 10 less than 4,000 because we're just adding that 1 here. Alright, let's cruise on down to the next one. Starting your units place, 3 minus 3 is 0. In the tens place, we have a 0. Now we cannot do 0 minus 1, so we take 1 from the thousands place. So we're bringing 1,000 over here, which will change the 0 to 10 hundreds. 10 hundreds minus 100 is 9. And then you bring your 3 down. So you have 4003 minus 103 is 3,900. Alright, and then finally we get to our last problem. 3 minus 3 in our units is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0 in our tens. And then our hundreds, we cannot do 0 minus 1, so we take 1 from our thousands, and we're bringing 10 100s over. 10 100s minus 1 100 is 9 hundreds. And then 3 thousands minus 1 thousands is 2,000. Alright, and finally we end up with our last one. Starting our units place, 3 minus 3 is 0. Tens place, 0 minus 0 is 0. And then we look at our hundreds place. 0 minus 1 we cannot do, so we take 1 from the thousands. Now we have 10 hundreds minus 100, which would be 9 hundreds. And then 3 minus 2 in my thousands is 1. So 4003 minus 2,103 will give me a difference of 1,900. Alright guys, so let's look at number 2 right now. You have 2,000 minus 1,999. Basically right now I know that it's 1,999 plus 1 will get me to 2,000. So I know that my difference is 1. Now if you need to go through all the steps of it, guys, you would take 1 from your thousands, which would change your hundreds to 10, and then you take 1 from your hundreds and bring it over to your tens. You take 1 from your tens and finally bring it over to your units place, and you can see that 10 minus 9 will give me a difference of 1. For our second problem right here, a lot of you are going to be able to look at this number and tell immediately that we are 10 away from 2,000. 1,990 is 10 away from 2,000, so I know that's going to be my difference. If you need to go through and check your work, by doing the subtraction process, we know in our units 0 minus 0 is 0, and then we would start taking numbers from our thousands place, which will change this to a 1. We'll have 10 hundreds but then we need to get one more over to the tens place, which will change the hundreds to 900s, and we bring a total of 10 tens over. So 10 tens minus 9 tens is 110. And then in our hundreds column, 9 hundreds minus 9 hundreds is 0. And then thousands, 1 minus 1 is 0. All right. Here again, some of you can look at this one immediately and know that if I were to add 15 to 1,985, I would have 2,000. If you need to go through and check it to make sure you get it right, we'll look at the trading process. And then your units place, 10 minus 5 is 5. Our tens place, 9 minus 8 is 1. And then 9 minus 9 is 0. And 1 minus 1 in our thousands is 0. Here again, some of you should be able to see this problem. 1,500 is 500 away from 2,000. So add 500 to this and you get 2,000. So I know my difference is 500. Here again, if you need to check it by doing the subtraction process, your units place, 0 minus 0, you're good to go. Tens place, 0 minus 0. Our hundreds place, we cannot do this since the top number is smaller. So we take 1 from the thousands place, and then our hundreds place changes to a 10. 10 hundreds minus 5 hundreds gives me 5 hundreds. And then thousands, 1 minus 1 is 0. So now look at the one we just did. We know my difference is 500. If you look at this one down below, we can see that we are 510 away from 2,000. So a lot of us, we're getting to the point where we can do this stuff in our head. But let's check through it just to make sure we got that correct. Starting your units place, 0 minus 0 is 0. Go to your tens place. We cannot do this since your top number is smaller than your bottom number. So you have to trade to your hundreds. There's nothing in your hundreds. So you go all the way to your thousands and take 1 from there. We bring 1,000 over here, which changes to 10 hundreds. But we still need to get 1 more over to our tens. So we will change that to a 9. Change our 0 to a 10 in our tens column, and then 10 minus 9 is 1 in our tens. 9 minus 4 in our hundreds will give me a difference of 5, and then 1 minus 1 is 0. So our difference is 510. Alright guys, let's look at our last column here. So I know if I were to take 7 away here, I would end up with 0. So 3,000 would be our difference. 7 minus 7 is 0. Alright. Alright, so we have 3,007 minus 27. So if we start in our units place, we have a 0. In our tens place, we cannot do it because our top number is smaller. So we have to take 1 from the thousands, bring it over to the hundreds, take 1 more and bring it over to our tens. 10 minus 2 is 8. 9 minus nothing is 9, and 2 in our thousands will come down. So 3,007 minus 27 will give me a difference of 2,980. Alright, so we start off in our units place. 7 minus 7 is 0. Tens place, 0 minus 0 is 0. And then I cannot subtract 0 minus 3, so I go to my thousands and take 1 from your thousands, and they'll change the hundreds place to 10 hundreds minus 3 hundreds, which is 7 hundreds. And then bring your 2 down here. 3,007 minus 307 will give me a difference of 2,700. Alright, the next one here, starting your units place, 7 minus 7 is 0. And then go to our tens place, 0 minus 0 will give me a difference of 0. and go to your hundreds. We cannot do it because the top number is smaller than the bottom number. So we take 1 from our thousands place, which changes to a 2, and bring 1/1000 over to our hundreds place, which is 10 hundreds. So 10 hundreds minus 3 hundreds is 7 hundreds. And then on our thousands place, 2,000 minus 1/1000 is 1/1000. So we have 3007 minus 1307 will give me a difference of 1700. All right, and then finally we end with our last one, our units place. We are going to have 7 minus 7, which is 0. In our tens place, 0 minus 0 is 0. And then we cannot subtract our hundreds place because our top number is smaller than our bottom number. So we take 1 from our thousands place, which changes to a 2, and we bring 1 over to our hundreds. So now we have 10 100s here minus 3 hundreds, which is 7 hundreds. And then 2 minus 2 in our thousands is 0. So 3007 minus 2307 will give me a difference of 700. All right, guys. And then we look at, number 4. What strategy did you use to find the differences for problem number 2 and explain? So the strategies we use here, we use the standard algorithm where we trade and we take, or we basically count it up, like I explained in all the ones previously. I know that this is 1 away from 2,000, so we're basically adding to the subtrahend here. You can add 10 here to get to 2,000. You can add 15 to your subtrahend to get to 2,000. You can add 500 to get to your top number. So, basically adding your subtrahend plus your difference will get you your minuend, your top number up there. And then finally, in your last one, I knew that, the same thing. 1,490 plus 510 will get me to 2,000. All right, guys, and then finally we got number 5. How could you check your answer to one of the problems using another strategy? Kind of like what I just talked about. So, for example, let's go ahead and take this problem right here, and let me copy it. All right, and I'll bring it on down here. So this one right here. How could you check your answer to one of the problems? So let's go ahead and 2,307 plus 700. Your units place, your tens place, your hundreds place, your thousands place. We can see once I added my subtrahend and my difference together, we arrived at the same answer. So that's how you check your work. Guys, I appreciate y'all watching today. Thank you very much. Let's keep on cruising, man. Lesson 6, man. We're doing a great job, and I'm really proud of everybody. So keep up the hard work, man, and I miss you guys. Take care.